Hi, and welcome to TED Talk. Today, I'll be sharing my insights with regards to the usefulness of multilateral diplomacy during and after the Cold War era. Multilateral diplomacy is basically cooperation amongst three or more nations or countries. It involves countries getting together or creating alliances to create cooperative solutions to common problems. During the Cold War period, two nations emerged as the superpowers of the post-World War II era: the United States of America and the Soviet Union. Each had its ideological mission: capitalist democracy versus communism. Multilateral diplomacy created networks of alliances and clients with arsenal of nuclear weapons from both superpowers. Multilateralism between the United States and the Soviet Union may not be as effective in establishing a harmonious relationship between the two superpowers, yet it plays a vital role in connecting and bridging their allied countries. For example, the formation of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, as allies for the United States, and the Warsaw Pact allies of the Soviet Union to counterweight NATO. These alliances are formed by multilateralism amongst the ally countries of the two competing ideologies. Another highlight of multilateral diplomacy during the height of the Cold War is the Marshall Plan. Through the Marshall Plan, the United States provided financial aid to rebuild European economies and establish strong alliances with the West. Multilateral diplomacy was also useful for the United States' policy of containment, which sought to halt the expansion of the Soviet influence globally. Multilateralism exists between the United States and their allies across the world, where they maintained their military presence as part of the policy of containment. Unlike the United States, the Soviet Union was not able to maintain their multilateral networks worldwide. The United States, on the other hand, continued to flourish through multilateral diplomacy as the core of their foreign policy. Foreign aid, technology transfer, military intervention, and peace talks are the multilateral efforts spearheaded by the United States to serve the goal of containment. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, the United States became the sole power and continued to flourish through the help of multilateralism. Because of that, authoritarian countries are actively contesting the underpinnings of the multilateral order. China and Russia try to convert the multilateral order into something that is closer to authoritarian norms. However, the majority of the nations are not interested in that ideology. So as multilateral diplomacy flourished, it became the weapon of globalization that created deep interconnections and vulnerabilities among all nation states. Multilateral diplomacy is the system that helped the post-Cold War world to meet the rising geopolitical challenges by continuing to support cooperation on shared problems, creating or revitalizing fora to provide deconfliction and crisis off-ramps, and to compete and better defend democracy against the threats of communism and authoritarian norms.